This flight completely changed my view of Air India. Let me explain. Hello and welcome to Delhi Indira Gandhi International Airport, Terminal 3. From here I'm going to fly today with Air India on their brand new Airbus A350 to London Heathrow. Join me on this flight today in business class, and it's going to be a red-eye flight. But now let's go to the check-in. Honestly, I was a bit hesitant booking Air India, as I have seen very mixed reviews about this airline. And also my previous Air India business class experience was a bit polarizing. But I tried to approach this journey as unbiased as possible. Air India offers a dedicated business class check-in here at Indira Gandhi Airport in Delhi. Let's see if we are off on a good start with Air India, which is currently undergoing major changes, including new aircraft, such as the Airbus A350 we are going to fly today. Check-in completed, and next is security and immigration. Well, I made it to the lounge. It's the Encom Privé lounge that Air India is using at the moment, which is packed. And I barely found a spot somewhere, a hidden corner where I could get changed. And I hope that the onboard experience on the Air India A350 in business class is going to be a bit more pleasant. But at the end, I'm complaining on high level, while I'm sitting in an otherwise beautiful lounge with plenty of food and drinks. Also, I saw that there is a dedicated Air India lounge, which, however, at the moment is undergoing some renovation. This might explain the packed lounge here. So it seems it's already boarding time, 1 hour and 15 minutes before departure. I have heard that Air India's new A350 offers a significant better onboard experience than their Boeing 787. I'm very excited to put this on a test now, and I hope it compensates for my not overly pleasant experience so far. That was quite a walk to gate 12, where my flight to London Heathrow leaves. But anyway, despite having arrived 15 minutes too late according boarding pass, boarding has not started yet. But in about 5 to 10 minutes, I was told. I guess that's Air India's way to make sure an on-time departure is assured. And here it is, my Airbus A350-900 of Air India. This aircraft is about 1 year old. It's boarding time, and I happen to be the first one to be allowed onto the jet bridge, which is great, as this will give me a chance to capture the aircraft cabin without too many people in my camera field of view. Strangely though, I seem to be the only one boarding now. Not sure why there is no one following me. Anyway, I was welcomed very friendly, and I make my way to my seat for tonight in the second last row of this business class cabin. As you maybe noticed, this Air India business class is arranged in a 1-2-1 layout, and the seats are actually little suites, which should provide heaps of privacy. This is my seat for tonight, which is closer to the window. Other options are seats closer to the aisle, or if you are traveling as a couple or business partner, there are these middle seats. These are alternating between right next to each other or closer to the aisle. But now it's time to settle into my seat to check the comfort and the amenity of this suite cabin. Welcome aboard this shiny looking Airbus A350. Well, so far I'm impressed what I see. And also I got this pillow. And this, I'm not quite sure what it is. Towel, maybe. And then I have another pillow. And down there, that must be the blanket. I had no idea that Air India has a suite on their Airbus A350, which can be fully closed. And I got a welcome drink already. And this here seems to be a closet. So here I can hang a coat, and this seems to be for literature. On my right I have this little cupboard. And this must be the headphones. And lots of storage space, which is ideal for my camera equipment. And it comes with a mirror. And down here I have a charging port and probably the port for the headphones. Here I have some seat controls and the lights. That's this little street lamp. And here we have the very large IFE screen. I was also already provided a menu for tonight. And a bar menu. We'll check it out later. And I have just been offered an amenity kit. Looks huge. I think it's inside there. We'll check it out later. And a so-called lounger. Not quite sure what it is, but it feels like a pajama. Okay, now let's have a look at the menu. I think refreshment is a meal right after takeoff. If so, then I would probably go for the vegetable pie. And breakfast, I assume, is before landing in London. Then I would probably go for the spinach omelette. And let's not forget the bar menu. We didn't check out the safety card yet, or did we? Well, here it is, in case you wonder. So far, I mean, we haven't even left the gate yet, but so far, this business class is exceeding my expectations, and nothing like what I heard about this Air India business class. But I think on the Boeing 787 it's a bit different, just because it's also quite a bit older. Ooh, look what I just found! A tail camera. The foot space down there looks quite generous in terms of width. Not sure about the length, but this we will find out soon. And on my right I have the remote control for the IFE system. A bit further down, some documents including the safety card that we just saw and a bottle of water. The headrest does not seem to be adjustable, although I think it's not even needed. Oh, look at this! A long-haul wide-body jet with individual air fans. That's a rarity. As with any good business class, I received a refreshing hand towel. We are on our way. The expected flight time today, 10 hours. Yeah. Interesting, it seems they don't have a safety video, so they have to do it manually. I quite like these window blinds. The tray table I find here, right below the IFE screen, and it can be deployed like this. And it's a pretty large table. Shall we have a look at the amenity kit? The pouch is branded Ferragamo perfumes. And inside we find eye mask and socks. And it's the kind of socks with these anti-slip knobs. That's the inventory. We have Ferragamo body lotion, lip balm, hand cream. That's a dental kit, earplugs, and I think that's it. I would say not too bad at all. And while we are in the unboxing mood, let's also check out the headphones. And I have just received a little bowl of nuts and my ordered Cuba Libre, which is, in case you don't know, rum with Coke. Cheers to a so far quite promising flight. We are currently flying a southwesterly heading instead of a northwesterly heading. I think it's because we need to avoid Pakistani airspace. And the nuts are warm. My goal tonight is now to have my snack and then I'll change into the pyjama and then I will go to sleep. Thank you. Here it is, my night snack, the vegetable pie. Well, it looks very tasty, so I'm looking forward to try it. With the late night snack out of the way, let's check out the Air India business class bathroom. Next to the mirror we have this liquid soap or sanitizer and some tissues and hand napkins above and below. the sink with liquid hand soap, and this here is my pyjama, which I plan to put on right now. Up here I find more amenities, and in the little drawers you find some cups if needed. As so often in aircraft lavatories, there's also a baby changing table, in case you decide to show the world to your successor. That's about all I can show, now it's stripping time. Et voila, this is the Air India business class pyjama. And look at this, while I was getting changed in the bathroom, my bed was made ready for me. And luckily I have an ensuite wardrobe where I can hang my daytime clothes for the night. Of course, this isn't the most spacious wardrobe and definitely not a walk-in version, but it provides enough space for my clothes so that I don't need to occupy any other storage space or overhead bin with it. And since you are flying in a business class suite, it can be closed for enhanced privacy. My bed consists of this pillow, and there's a topper and the blanket. And in terms of length, I have room to spare. This is great. I'm gonna say goodnight for now, and we are still over India. We will see where I'm gonna wake up. Well, good morning. Looks like I woke up just over the Bulgarian coast. I got changed again, and in the meanwhile we have reached the Romanian airspace. The night was about 6 hours that I could sleep, but sleep very much on and off. I was turning a lot, there were some turbulences in between which were announced about having to wear the seatbelt and so on. So it was a lot of interruption, and the cabin never really got dark, so there was always a light on, which also didn't make it too easy for me to sleep, especially because I cannot wear the eye mask because it's irritating my nose for some reason. It's, for me personally, a bit on the harder side. But now, look what I already got served. A feast of a breakfast. I went for the omelette with some pastries, fruit, I think it's yogurt, a smoothie, and of course the coffee. So far I'm quite impressed by the hard product as well as the soft product. So if that's the way Air India is going, that's gonna be quite a respectable and competitive product from my point of view. Since we are flying towards the west and we are sort of following the sunrise, we have a very long and beautiful sunrise. Shall we check out the IFE system? Here I am in the main menu, then we have movies, TV, audio, recommendations, kids, games and my flight. And if you look at the movie section, let's go to browse all movies. And then on the left side we have all the different genres. So the responsiveness of the IFE system is so-so, I would say. And then if you go, for example, to featured, then we have a selection here. It's a mix of Hollywood and also Bollywood. Then you have new releases, just boarded, action, humor, and so on. Let's go back to the main menu. Then you have TV shows, audio. I recommend, not quite sure, kids stuff, games. Let's see if they have Angry Birds. Yes, here they have Angry Birds. And for me, most interesting, camera view. So here we are. And also there's a front view, which is a bit less interesting at the moment. And the live map. So where are we exactly? Let's see. We are about to enter Hungary, it seems. So I didn't go through every detail of the IFE system, otherwise it will take quite a long time because it's quite extensive. But the headsets are really high quality, well at least that's how they feel like, because the noise cancelling part is really good. So I was watching a movie before and it was very pleasant to wear them and to enjoy the sound. we are already starting our descent towards London Heathrow. These 10 hours fly by so quickly, especially when you can travel in such comfort. After the rather disappointing ground experience in Delhi, I must say this business class experience has well compensated for the overall experience when traveling with Air India, which means I would immediately book them again. Let's say at least on the Airbus A350, because on the Boeing 777 or the Boeing 787, the business class is a bit of an older product and the experience might differ accordingly, at least from what I have seen. But on the A350, yes, bring it on. The cabin attendant just came by to say goodbye to me, and we talked a little bit about these business class products because I told them that I quite like it, and she actually said that this aircraft was intended for Aeroflot. And now when she said that, actually I remember that was the case, but I didn't know that the interior is also the Aeroflot interior. So these suites were ordered like that by Aeroflot, and Air India took it over, and she said that nowadays this is the benchmark. And I agree. I mean, it's a beautiful and spacious place to travel on. I think I'm becoming negligent because usually I know beforehand what I'm gonna fly in terms of what product to expect, but this time I didn't even know what configuration it has, and I didn't even know it has a suite, and I didn't even know that it was a former Aeroflot order. So I more or less went blindly on board this aircraft. But anyway, hey, I mean, it was a nice, positive surprise, which I quite enjoyed, as you know. And I think the past few days were quite intense, and if you subscribe to my channel, you will see why. It looks like we have been put into a hold, but that's no surprise when flying into London Heathrow. And I get a pretty nice view of London. You know, when you sometimes get this feeling if something is just right or comfortable or how you imagine or exceeds how you imagine it should be. And I would say that's the feeling I got on this flight with Air India, on this aircraft. And I have planned quite a few more travels the next couple of months, and of course I'm hoping for a bit more feelings. And if you consider subscribing to my channel, you will see how that played out for me. Welcome to London Heathrow. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye. I hope this flight review gave a good impression on how I experienced this new Air India and how it changed my view of this airline. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye for now.